to go to, so we and that's like she was waiting for us in the closet. This maid,
Yeah.
and she's like, I'll go clean now. And it's like, you know, she was expecting a river of shit in the bed.
You fuck him good, yes? What is there? Shit, blood? What do I have to deal with?
Right.
We checked in and they were like, I need his name. And Ray's like, I'm not staying over. We're not doing nothing. And the lady was like, yeah, whatever you want to say. I need your name. You can say whatever you want.
He's not my daddy.
You go up, you fuck each other. I don't care what you do. I need your name.
Yeah, she's seen worse than us.
Yeah.
Not much.
Not much. Interesting hotel. Empty restaurant downstairs. Nobody's here.
It's a nice. The steakhouse is nice, just empty. It's got a nice vibe. I got some nice double
had
espresso.
Like 5 double espressos in the lobby.
Yeah,
you know, they're getting real nervous. They're like, this guy's about to drop dead.
I might cut someone in the lobby.
He's doing some serious espresso drinking. A friend of mine sent their parents to my show. I did a brunch show at the Stand at 4 p.m. And these are like, high end people,
right?
Upper crust.
They make a little dough.
What?
They make a little dough.
They got a couple of shekels.
Yeah.
And they said to me, the father said to me, he goes, hey, listen, I love these gestures. One of the things that me and Ray love is the empty gesture.
Right.
And we always fantasize about capitalizing on it immediately and making the person feel just like, because it would send the person into a panic attack.
Right.
They'd go into panic mode if you just on a dime were like, yeah, I'll take you up on that. So he says to me, he goes, listen, if you ever come back to New York, just know that you have a place to stay with us because we got 2 empty rooms. And I felt like going, great, I'll cancel my hotel. I'll get my bed. I'll see you at the place. You have a car? Me and Ray are going there right now. Now, Ray also needs to stay there. And listen, minimum 6 months. You can't ask him to leave before 6 months.
You got any bandages?
Yeah. He needs medical attention. Bring him into your home. So me and Ray thought it'd be funny if you showed up at their house just fighting,
right.
Like drunk.
Just fucking fisting each other. You bitch.
Are we staying here or not? You said we could stay.
I'm just slurring.
As soon as we walk in, you turn around to the family and you go, I don't know about Tim. You keep an eye on him. I think he's trying to steal. Now, I'll do what I can to watch him, but I need help.
Yeah, a place like that, do you think they have little things to steal that are worth money?
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
You know they're rich better than me.
I mean, we'd be looking for a safe.
They have little knickknacks.
Yeah.
Like porcelain knickknacks.
I mean, I don't think they have that. I've been in there. I don't think there's any porcelain knickknacks.
Like, what is the kind
There's
of...
some jewelry.
If you knock over a place like that, besides jewelry, is the silverware worth money? Like,
I mean, it would depend on the type of people. Sometimes there's a safe with some petty cash. Sometimes there's some jewelry.
Right.
I don't think there's a ton of shit in there, particular, that particular place. I love that we're talking about robbing them.
What can we get?
That's right. I just love the idea of that. Yeah. No, you were good. I'm going to come tonight.
Right.
I'm staying tonight. Ray can stay too, right? They'd be like, yeah.
I mean, they'd go along with it, right?
They would go along with it,
yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Why don't we play?
We should.
All you do is play the long game. Why don't you ever play the short game?
Play the short game. You're right. Get a nice, get us
a little fucking smash and grab.
Yeah. What if, as crazy as we are, they got even crazier?
Yeah.
Like, what if we walked in drunk and we're like, you want to fuck? And they're like, do we? Clothes started coming off.
Puts a strap on.
Then we'd have to fuck them.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be great if they called our bluff. Like, if they looked at us and they said, you can stay at the house, but I'll tell you one thing. We're all fucking. Like, we're all playing chicken,
yeah.
and we're like, well, we're fucking.
Neither one of us can get hard. They start spitting on us.
Spitting on us. Hitting each other with whips.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me a crazy Epstein story about a family that was connected to Epstein. The day he died, somebody out in the Hamptons, they ran into their kitchen before the news broke, and they had like this big meeting and kicked everybody out.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to have that friend repeat it, but I can't say it on the show. I also forget the name of the family, and I can't say it on the
Warren
show.
Buffett.
It was Warren Buffett. It was Warren Buffett. I want to play the new national anthem of this country, by the way. I want to play this national anthem because you're a lover of music, Raymond.
I mean, I make my own music now.
Now you're making EDM.
Yeah.
This is an interesting progression.
Right.
Because you worked at a morgue.
Yeah.
And then a mosquito lab.
Mm-hmm.
And now you edit for a media conglomerate.
Don't forget the prison.
You worked at a prison.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured morgue covered that, but
Right.
you're right. Now, how did you become an EDM DJ?
Well, I've always flirted with synthesizers and making techno music. I've come in and out of it. I built a synthesizer when I was in high school.
You built?
Sort of. I mean, it was just like kind of like used parts from Radio Shack.
You built a synthesizer.
I had a voltage controlled oscillator. It made noises. It wasn't a great synth. It wasn't like an expensive. You couldn't use it to make good music. But I was a handy guy, and I was never very good. If I showed you my old tracks, they were terrible. They were unlistenable almost. But
you're really proud of the new music you're making.
I think I made a big leap. Yeah.
You do not have the. I told you some of them were pretty good, and if you were like a young, skinny white guy,
Right.
and you had maybe a hot, dark-skinned black girlfriend,
Sure.
you could do something in the EDM community, and you were young and hip.
Well, I figured we could do a million. You have all these LA, young boys, young guys.
Very few of them are from LA.
All right, but young guys, good-looking young guys.
So you're saying give them the EDM music,
Yeah.
and let you be the puppet master,
Right. Like who's the guy who we had the Backstreet Boys, Lou Pearlman.
Lou Pearlman. So you be the Pearlman for EDM DJs.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the puppet master for this? I want to play this. This is Doja Cat,
Mhm.
who does the song "Juicy," who's a very talented young woman.
I feel like it's just it really is more like, say something, you white motherfucker. Quit criticize me.
I mean,
like they really calling the bluff here.
the people at Juilliard have to be insane, right? Like the people studying music have to be mentally ill.
I don't know. I mean, I tapped out of this shit like years ago, but I don't know what to make of it. I mean, you were into Cardi B? You were into.
She's fun. I mean, it can be fun.
You were into Lizzo. I mean, this does nothing for you.
Well, Lizzo's talented. She can sing.
Sure. I mean, what is the other song? The Doja Cat song? Is
Juicy.
It good? Is it good?
Good.
All right.
Have you never heard it?
No, I don't know Juicy.
You've never heard Juicy?
I might have heard
Juicy, Juicy. I eat that lunch.
They played at the at Taco Bell. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's catchy. It's better than the other one. I'll tell you that much.
Well, the other ones are riffing. Maybe that'll become a great song.
I have no investment in any of that. Like what is good and what isn't good.
Right.
I just love the idea that there is still a good.
Right.
And that there's still I love the idea that people are striving to be good at things. In this climate is funny to me. That makes me laugh.
I feel like most art nowadays is literally just like whatever you want to call it, the Illuminati, the deep state, whatever you want to call it, just shoving stuff in your face, going like, "This is the new this is like it's just an act of submission. Like submit to this."
My twink is calling.
Oh, you want to pause this?
No, I'll take it.
Okay.
Hi. Why'd you say oh shit? I'm podcasting. That's all right. You're anonymous. Say hello to Ray. Ray is podcasting with me.
Hi, how are you? Not much. How you doing? He's chilling. Get his blonde's garbage. You gotta get the harp lager. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I call you after we're done? All right, buddy. Thank you. He's not my twink. I don't own him. He's a twink.
Right.
I don't want to start being like that guy.
You rent them.
I don't rent. Raymond, please. Flippity blippity blop. How soon will it be till politicians start answering questions like that?
Yeah.
You know?
What are we going to do? How are we going to ensure that people have health?
flippity blippity blop. I spit on the caca, blippity blop. I mean, I just love the idea that like someone has to look at kids with a straight face and go, work hard, get great, master your craft. I mean, how do you do it?
Look,
I mean, what do you say to kids now? I sit my kids down and go, son, it's a big casino.
Right.
I don't know. Play.
The air is going to be toxic in 10 years. You're not going to need to. They're going to get it. They
get it.
Like the way we look at boomers now, what do you think they're going to think of us?
What?
Like our kids or the generation after us.
What did you call them?
When we look at boomers.
Boomer. What did you say, though? I thought you said burners.
Boomers, I said.
Oh, okay. I thought you said burners, like people that went to Burning Man. Like, what? That's the way we look at people that burners. Go to Burning Man. Listen to me. I just think it's funny. I'm having fun with it. You got to have fun.
Right.
Anyone upset about anything now?
You're living in a Terry Gilliam film. Just enjoy it.
Just enjoy the end. And maybe it's not the end. I don't always want to be negative. It's the next phase.
And people are like, oh, what are you gonna like? Why would you have kids? What are you gonna, like? You know, what are they gonna do when the climate starts changing? You burn them to death.
Who cares?
You set them on fire.
Let them figure it out. Our boomer parents didn't care. They fed us poison and sent us out into the world with no fucking money.
I think it'd be hilarious if we did just keep telling them like, no, it's a meritocracy.
Yeah, everything's fine. Right. Repeat after me. Flippity blippity blop. Ray.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a business?
I've had business. I had a failed business. I was doing a photography business. Raycom Photography, the artwork of your life.
Beautiful.
Sweet 16s, bar mitzvahs.
Do you know why I think it failed?
Why is that?
Because you're a talented guy.
Thank you.
But I think that you might have lacked organization.
Yes.
And I wanted to tell you about something that might help you in the future. It's called Monday.com. It's a team management tool that will improve your office workflow.
So they could have, because I had a problem where I wouldn't send people their pictures.
Right. Well, this is the thing, right? Now, many people expect that because they've paid you for their photos, right?
Right, correct.
It's an integral.
I had to make sure they get paid that night because, you know, I mean,
and then what would happen? You just go home and fuck off?
Well, because I wanted to edit the pictures and do it nice for them.
Right.
But I procrastinate. And then, you know, before you know it, 6 weeks have gone by. And I'm trying to make them look nice, but they want their pictures.
Monday.com, Ray, it makes it easy to track projects and stay productive. Instead of emails, spreadsheets, random files, whiteboards, to-do lists, post-it note reminders, Monday.com organizes and tracks everything in one place. It's intuitive, takes no time to set up. It's flexible. It can easily be customized. It's easy to stay organized and find files, and it creates accountability.
Can they do anything? Because I would also, one of the other issues is I would sweat a lot during the parties. And that would kind of turn people off. Would they have any kind of solution for that?
Well, here's what it is.
Yeah.
It very easily could have scheduled doctor's appointments.
Okay.
Where you could have seen a doctor.
Sure.
And maybe address some of those issues.
Being fat,
being disgusting,
right?
Being repulsive to others.
Sure.
Now, Monday.com streamlines everything.
Yeah.
You know what streamlining is?
I'm not sure what streamlining. My shoes smelled. Someone said that once.
Yes.
But I'm not sure what streamlining
Did you have your shoes off? How did they even know?
No, I had old shoes. I didn't have nice like dress shoes.
Right.
I had these old like sneakers that I got caught in the rain once. And so people at bar mitzvah once complained that my shoes smelled.
Well, and it might have ruined their day.
Right. But streamlining. Tell me more about this.
So here's what Monday.com will do.
Yeah.
Monday.com streamlines everything. So you basically have all of your files.
Mm-hmm.
Your appointments,
interesting,
all your important calls, everything is streamlined.
Irate emails,
all of these things, but complaints about your scent,
right? All
of these things can be streamlined.
I want to make sure I don't smell, but my shoes smelled. I tried to explain that to them, and they didn't seem to get the distinction.
Well,
I take pride
these are
in.
Not
I bathe.
These are not sophisticated people,
right?
Right. So Monday.com, basically, it's suitable for any size team, from 2 freelancers working together to thousands collaborating across the globe. Did you ever have a partner, like a homeless person or someone that you would take to these events?
Sometimes I would get, like a friend to hold the light for me.
Great.
Would I be able to use this to farm out to perhaps third world countries, people that edit the pictures for me?
I don't see why not. Thousands working across the globe. That works, right?
That could really ease the tension here.
It's so effective, right? It will put an end to long, boring meetings. How many times were you sitting Now, a meeting for you, because you're just working on
sales meetings.
You're just eating Domino's and sitting in your room. And
right. Well, I would meet people at a pizza place in Long Island.
And you would have to say, I will photograph your wedding.
Right. I'm showing them
still
pictures.
Hired you? They had no right to complain.
I had a low rate.
They had no right to complain.
Yeah.
Low rate?
They're nice pictures in the low rate.
Did you pay them? Like, how low was the rate?
I mean, it was a couple 300, and then I would shoot the wedding. And
that is low.
Yeah.
Oh God. You worked. Hold on. You shot. Oh. How many hours is a wedding?
They can be 12, 14 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like is it minimum wage? It's almost minimum.
No, it's not that much. I mean, I think it's less. I mean, well, 12. It's around that. Look,
10 hours would be 10.
You gotta put the time in. You gotta
$10 an hour for 10 hours would be what?
$100.
So you're paying yourself $30 an hour.
And you understand? I had to build my book.
Right.
I needed better pictures to sell more these jobs. See, it's a loss leader.
And you're working.
Oh yeah,
you're running around a wedding. You're sweating. Just I mean, I had, how many people during the bar mitzvah or wedding could you see were visibly disappointed with you, or enraged?
Well, the kids were confused.
Yeah,
they're just like but the parent level was like they seemed to be like, all right, he's working. But the old people, they weren't about it.
Old people were angry.
They were like, what is this? Why? Like, because because they would not have spent. They wouldn't have hired me. They would have spent real money. But I think their kids maybe weren't as successful, or they're cheap. I don't know. So point is, they were disapproving.
You want to know what the good news is?
Yeah.
If you go to monday.com/Tim, you're going to get a free 14-day trial. No commitment. You can check out monday.com and see for yourself how helpful their software is. One more time. Yeah.
I did not go over an old woman once.
Is she okay?
She was, to be fair, she was, trying to get like what they call aping your picture. She was trying to stand behind me.
She was trying to
ape my picture. Like,
what do you mean ape your picture?
Someone
She's trying to like photobomb? No,
but like take the picture. Like I got the good angle because I know what I'm doing.
So she also had a camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She was trying to get
my picture. This woman, this bar mitzvah grandmother.
You attacked her.
The grandma. No, I was just back. Like it's one of those pictures of the cake, and I'm backing up, and she's right behind me, and she went to the ground.
What happened when she went to the ground? Were people angry?
People came and wrapped like
from your picture.
Huh?
From the picture?
What do you mean?
Like, did people run from the picture to help her?
Oh, one person. No, it was like the kid and the mom, and the mom ran over.
Did you still get the picture?
I got it before I knocked her over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. I had him come back afterwards.
Was she hurt?
Not like she didn't break anything then, but she might have. Like, look, it's never good when you're old to fall. You can always have like.
Was she angry with you?
She was bewildered. I think the husband was mad. She was more confused.
Monday.com/Tim. 14-day free trial. When you went to collect payment, was it brought up that you knocked over a woman?
I asked like, was that your mother? I don't know, but was that lady okay? And she's like, it was very curt, like she's fine. Here's your and there was no tip.
Right. Did you usually get tips?
Sometimes I got tipped.
What percentage of the time?
I would say like 25% of the time.
Very low percentage.
Yeah.
Monday.com/Tim. 14-day free trial. Make sure that you use the exact link, because if you're using my link, there will be additional savings if you choose to sign up. Thank you. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like, I did this podcast with Logan Paul. All these guys were like, I can't believe you're doing a podcast with Logan Paul. I can't believe you and Theo would talk to that guy and have fun. I hope you just roast him. I hope you. And I'm like, no, I'm going to ask him for a job, you dumb fucks. The idea of comics ridiculing YouTube stars, that's over.
What, you live in a mansion?
Yeah. Yeah, what do you live in? And you could say to a guy like that, hey, I think your content sucks. He'd go, yeah, it's not great. Right. They don't care. Like, the shit you people care about, they don't care. That's why they're living in mansions.
Right.
The things that concern you don't concern them. That's why they're in. I just think it's so funny that I'm going to get up there with my shitty fucking career and start talking shit to this guy.
Right.
Hey, buddy, I'm the real deal. I'm a comic. I perform at Governor's Comedy Club in Long Island. You bitch.
What do the Pauls do? I know they went to the suicide farm and they
make videos on YouTube.
Like slumber party shit?
Who knows?
Right.
I don't really watch it. I don't find them that attractive.
Maybe we could be the Paul brothers.
I would love if we started
Are they Fuck Force 10 or whatever?
Team 10 is Jake.
Okay.
Logan is Logang.
Okay. Oh, he has his own thing.
He's got Logang.
Right.
He's fighting KSI, this black YouTuber from the UK. It's a major event. They're selling out the Staples Center.
Oh, actually fighting him.
They're boxer.
Okay.
And they're selling out the Staples Center in LA. I'm hawking CBD oil on a podcast, and you want me to go shit on him. What world are you in? What O&A fantasy land do you fucking people live in? Where you're going to really give it to him, huh?
Like
what?
O&A. Like O&A, who stopped doing that 5 years before they went up the air.
No, I'm going to ask him for a job as a janitor at his property, as a gardener. You know? I hope he takes pity on me.
Are there 10 guys in Team 10?
There were chicks and guys. I'm not a scholar of Team 10.
Okay.
I'm not saying, first of all, I want to tell anyone this. I'll talk to anyone on a podcast, except a member of my own family.
Yeah.
We've been clear about that. I'm not endorsing the content, what the kids do. I don't know what they do. He was a very nice kid.
Sure.
He's not an idiot. I know everyone says he's an idiot because, like, he's not I don't know that I wouldn't call him an intellectual. I wouldn't say he's a deep and contemplative guy, but what do I know?
Did you get that vibe?
I think he's a lot smarter than people think he is.
Did you get that vibe the way people who meet with Kissinger, like, oh, you're a president? Like, oh, like, you could tell you're talking.
Yeah, he's got a Kissinger vibe, right? That's exactly what he has. That's a good way to say it.
Thank you.
No, but I remember when comics used to ridicule YouTube people, and stand-up comics would ridicule the idea of being on social media. You know where those people are now? They're a month away from homelessness. They're performing in casinos. They're performing to half-empty rooms of people. They are babbling about the craft of comedy in a podcast with 9 listeners.
Right.
No one cares. This is the reality. Of course, the Paul brothers just starts. Trump is the president. Who's going to be a star?
I mean, I feel I still have a chance, maybe.
Yes, I've never doubted that. We should have had. I look at some good-looking guys, and I go, why are you even trying to be comedians? Just jump on a bed in your underwear.
Right.
They do these things. They're like, let me do a video about 10 things girls do that piss me off. That's what they'll do. That's what a YouTube star will do. He'll be like, these are 5 things that girls do that I find really cute, and 5 things that girls do that piss me off. So let's practice. You're a YouTube star. Yeah. You're on your bed. You're in your undies. You got your shirt off. Right. And now I've said to you, all right, tell me 5 things girls do that you don't really love.
They expect me to pay when I go out to dinner. You got
to smile and be kind of cute with it.
They fucking they look at my dick all weird. They think my dick's weird. They get mad when I can't get hard. I try to get hard, and they just gotta lay there.
I'm like the social media manager because they do exist, and they have to tell these kids what to do a little bit. They're usually gay men who are clearly taking advantage of these kids. Right. There's a great documentary called Jawline on Hulu about it, where this gay guy just has a house of twinks and he just orders to make these videos.
Oh, well, okay.
But the manager would be like, all right, Ray, that's good. Right. But we the reality here is we want to be a little more positive. It's about positivity, and it's about people feeling good. So even though these are things that girls do that make you mad, we want them to feel silly and lighthearted. We don't want them to really feel depressing and make people want to kill themselves.
Okay, I got it.
Do you understand what I mean?
Let's do another take.
Okay.
These whores wear Ugg boots to the bagel store on Sunday.
Right. Now, let's not call them whores because a lot of kids' parents are monitoring the content.
Okay.
So we don't want you to say they're whores right off the bat because a mother might be making dinner in the other room. They hear that coming out of the MacBook. Now they're making the daughter unsubscribe.
Right.
Yes. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to just come in with it's a light touch.
Okay.
You got to have a light touch. Many of these girls are in their late teens, and let's make no lie, they're fantasizing about you.
Sure. Of course. All right. So let's do another
5 things that girls do that kind of irk you in a cute, light way.
Okay. They ask me what I do for a living. Like, what's your fucking dad do? Who the fuck is he? You think you're better than me?
Okay. That's not the worst thing.
Okay.
I think we could take the fucks out.
Okay.
Here's an example of one that I would do.
Right.
Okay, like, hey, like when a girl, it's one of the things girls do that tick me off is like, sometimes like they pretend to like not want something, but they really want it. And I wish they would just come out and like really tell me what it is that they want.
Oh, okay.
Do you see that's more the direction we're going in?
Right, okay.
You got to watch the new doc Jawline on Hulu. Have you seen that? It's about an aspiring influencer who lives in Tennessee. I talked about it on the last episode. And all of the girls that are into these social media stars, by the way, I thought these girls just wanted to get fucked.
Yeah.
All these girls are like, my father's in jail. My mother works 3 jobs. These social media guys are the only people who tell me not to cut myself. I'm like, God, are we in a dark? God, are we in trouble? Like, is this why everyone went to go see the Beatles? Is this why everybody went to go see the Beatles on Ed Sullivan? Because they were cutting themselves, and John Lennon was like, "Don't cut yourself, man." Is that what it was?
I mean, look, there was a famous Hendrix song was like, "You don't have to vomit to be a pretty girl."
Is that true?
No.
Oh. You don't have to vomit. I mean, what do you think about these guns? What's going to go on now? We got mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting.
I mean, at this point,
who cares?
I honestly think, you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
We stop reporting on it.
Yeah.
We cover it up.
Right.
Because I really do feel like...
I know, it's like not worth the anxiety and stress. Even though this sounds like a crazy take. Dude, the pushback I get when I just asked the question.
Right.
How many massacres would it take for you to adjust the AR-15 policy? Like,
right.
How many would it be? Would 1 a day? Would 3 a day? I'm not saying I know what's going to work. I'm saying as a theoretical, philosophical question, how many a day would do it?
Look, because they'll come back with the AR-15 is the most popular gun in America.
Right.
And there's like 5 million people or 15 million of them out there or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But it's like, the reality is we're so much dumber than people give us credit for. We're so much more like just animals.
Yeah.
And like, it's just literally like, oh, this is on TV.
I agree with a lot of libertarian ideas, but it doesn't work in a society where everyone's retarded.
Right.
Everyone is retarded.
And we're literally just mimicking shit. Like, it's
right.
percentage of the population. It's like if you just stop talking about it.
These people are listening to flippity blippity bloop, blabbity bloop, and we're going to give them all guns?
I mean,
they're listening to fucking baby talk.
My thing is not even being creative about it.
Right.
I wish they would at least, like, how about you're killing like 20 people now with a clip? Kill 3, but do it in a way that stands out.
Fun.
Like when Columbine kids came out, like they were new, and they were kind of. I think that's before the Matrix even. The Matrix kind of ripped them off, it feels like. They were kind of setting a standard with these trench coats and everything. And like no one's got any style anymore. You know what I mean? Why not just have like it sounds like an awful take.
Yeah, Trench Coat Mafia had a fashion statement.
Right.
Right. Nope. Great point. Nobody has an aesthetic.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's just like, yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying like, why not like kill a couple people, but do it in a crazy way? And then you can go, oh, don't give people ideas.
Wear like matching outfits.
Yes.
Do you give any credence? Now we're going to get in trouble. But do you give any credence when there's like reports of multiple shooters in places and it's always just one guy? What is the deal with that? I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
Because I watch people go, oh, yeah, there was multiple shooters. There's shooters here. There's shooters there. I saw.
I think, look, I mean.
What's happening?
I think most likely it's people have no concept of how, I mean, most people have concept of how the acoustics of gunshots work in any given environment.
Yeah, but there are people that say, I saw a guy dressed in full gear and it was not like.
I mean, look, do you believe, here's the question. Do you think the CIA, whoever is just doing it, for what purpose?
No, I never said that.
I'm saying, but like, what are these people getting at? That like.
I don't know what's going on.
Because there is
Listen, I don't know what's going on.
Because I'm not saying you're saying that, but that is usually the implication that it's a false flag and that like this is done to like.
I'm not saying it's a false flag. Is it impossible that some of these kids went into some weird medical trial that nobody knows about?
Okay.
Is it impossible that some of these kids were, these? I don't know, man. Listen, all this shit that we've talked about on this show, you're gonna tell me it's completely impossible that they fucking.
I'm just saying this.
I'm not saying they did.
Here's my
We're doing a podcast, folks. We're in a hotel room. We're in the Tuscany by St. Giles.
Come kill us.
Please come kill us. We're asking nicely.
We'll give you the room number.
Deep state, wherever you are, come kill us.
I'm just saying, like, so what? It's some super soldier program to get people to like, well, can we get them to kill people? Like, look at Vietnam. Yeah. They would just blow up like villages for no reason. Like, you know, just give them some weed. They were soft.
That's why we lost that war. That's why we had to drug them and shit. I don't know, man. I don't know what's out there, man. I don't know how deep it goes. I mean, I wonder when you look at the types of black budget programs,
right?
The fact that a lot of these shooters or a lot of these homegrown terrorists, a lot of them have tried to get into the military and then were rejected. Were they all rejected, or did they go into some other program we don't know
about? It's like the party. He's trying to get to be a cop, and they're like, hey, why don't you come in our little yeah.
I don't know. What do I know?
Maybe. I mean, reality is, like,
have you been to Sandy Hook is my point.
I mean, we should do a live podcast from Sandy Hook. I mean,
trying to get ads.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what the end game is in the sense of, like, people for years now, for over a decade, I've been hearing, and longer than that probably.
I agree, yeah.
That, like, oh, they're just trying to get us into a position where they can finally show their face. And it's like, I think they're there. I think they can show their face now.
And the whole thing is when people got mad at me the other day because I said, like, hey, I don't know. Like you said that, oh, if we give up our guns, the government will really start to overreach. It's like, guys, that's not a valid argument.
Right.
Because they've been doing it already. They just haven't been doing it to people that look like you.
Yeah.
Right? They've been going into all of these countries. And, I mean, they have been doing it to people that look like you because, you know, Chelsea Manning was being tortured.
Oh, sure.
Edward Snowden, Barrett Brown, anybody who was a whistleblower, anybody who leaked information that they were spying on you or that the U.S. military was committing war crimes.
Well, they've also the elites go to war because like someone nationalized a banana plantation or whatever in Guatemala, and like they've economically decimated an entire country, an entire class of people, and like, well, we'll only fight them if they try to take our guns away. And it's like, what? Like if you're gonna, why not fight now?
Why not fight now? There's the protests in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
People getting tasers to the fucking face
over like extradition treaties.
Right?
Can you imagine if we protest over extradition treaties?
We don't. What would it take? Epstein got murdered before he was gonna drop a dime on politicians' fucking kids, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's the most heinous, unimaginable evil, and nobody gives a shit about it. So my whole thing is like, well, what would make you show up with the weapon?
I mean,
if they came into your house and tried to take your gun, I guess that's when you get upset.
They want the gun so they can fight the government in case they take the gun. Like,
right.
That's the only time.
Now, let me do a disclaimer here.
Yeah.
We are not telling you. Now, what's hard about this is we kind of are. But we're performance artists.
Right.
And this is performance art.
I'm just saying.
But we're imagining.
If they marched on D.C., and said, we want health care for everyone.
Right.
You can get behind that, maybe.
Get your gun out.
Yeah.
Go to D.C. and say we would like a living wage.
Right.
Or health insurance.
Yeah.
Or we'd like if you not fuck the kids.
Yeah.
Something.
But the only time I've ever seen is those groups who go to statues. Like this, remember everyone was taking down the Robert Lee statues?
Yeah, like an old racist statue.
Yeah, and so they go to defend the statues. Like, you're not taking these statues down. That's the only time I've seen anyone do anything with the guns.
Wix.com. How many times, folks, have we talked about the need to have a website?
Right.
I've talked about this so many times. I'm so sick of saying it. Most people have given up on websites. They think everything's on social media. You're not going to promote your business on TikTok. Well, maybe you will. But listen, you need something more professional than Instagram. You don't want your professional content right next to a photo of you eating a hot dog, okay? Facebook is a graveyard for boomers. Twitter is just a war zone for the mentally ill. Instagram is for fucking food, cats, and pussy. You need a place to have all of your content. Now, did you have an alluring website when you were a photographer?
Well, I did. I was on my own website, and I didn't. There was no Wix. There was no, these companies.
What do you mean there? Well, if there was Wix,
Point is, I tried to make it on my own with just the programs used to make websites.
Oh,
and it wasn't good. Because I would put the pictures I wanted to show on the website, and these women ended up looking fat because the pixel aspect ratio.
I'm telling you right now, Wix is the best way to build websites for your clients. That you can harness the latest web technology and innovative design tools to deliver professional results. You start with a blank page and design the layout you want. You can grow your business with custom online store, out-of-the-box booking system, and live chat. Publish in a click and make edits fast. Your clients will enjoy enterprise-grade security and automatic web hosting, okay? So get started on the next client website today. It's very easy. If you had Wix, do you think you would have been a successful photographer?
Oh, absolutely, because these people would complain, why these people, they don't even look normal. They look like they're you photoshopped them. They're over. Also, I would try to sell pictures, but people would want to be like, hey, can you sell me this picture on the web? I had to send them to a Walmart web page.
Weird.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Because how you buy pictures off Walmart? I just send them that link.
Did you delete your website, or is your site still up?
I stopped paying for it, so I went out of business because the website wasn't good.
How long did you do photography?
Well, I mean, look, I eventually ended up working for a DJ, so he wrapped me up under his umbrella of services.
That's when I met you.
Yeah, that's when I was good.
Didn't you drive around with some gang member?
Look, some of the guys who work for the guy, they were affiliated with certain gangs, and
which gang?
I don't know if I should say, but
the Bloods, the Crips,
yeah,
both of them.
I mean, the first one.
Okay. I mean, I think it's so important to have a good website, and it's helped me. Wix uses industry-leading SEO, search engine optimization, and powerful marketing tools to drive traffic to their sites, dude. That's what you got to do. If nobody knows where the site is, or then you're fucked.
No, I would be buried under I would try to Google myself Ray Cum photography, and you'd say Ray Cum photography, and still this third page on Google, and it's why is that? There's no the Ray Cum photography.
You were being shadow banned before it was even a thing.
Yeah, it was getting around. My shoes smelled.
Go to wix.com/GTH1. Is it a one? Wix.com/GTH1. You need the website, folks. You need it. And if you like our show and you enjoy the show that I do, please support the show. If you need a website, this is a great way to support the show.
You can't be having your business on the same thing where you're bashing Trump or supporting Trump.
Right.
You need a separate. Keep it clean.
You do need to keep it clean. You need a separate entity. Listen, you need a delineation between the personal and the professional. That's a problem. You should only let those things come together when you can decide how much of one bleeds into the other.
Right.
Most people that are successful, their profiles are heavily edited. Yeah. You don't know who these people are.
Look,
they choose to let you in on what they want.
If you're a Gary V type, I had a guy.
These are his shoes, by the way. Somebody sent me his shoes.
You always seem to be tying them. There always seems to be an issue with them.
They're not good. They're K-Swiss shoes. He just put his dumb name on the tongue.
I got another guy. There's a guy named Gary Fong, who used to sell weird attachments for photography.
This is one of my favorite things ever. This guy was like,
I spent $300 on.
This is like the Long Island Gary V for photographers.
Yeah, and
Gary Fong.
I bought this DVD set for $300, and it was. I mean, look, maybe I just wasn't good enough to use his system, but it was a system of how to sell people on wedding photography, and all I had to do was building these collage albums. Because a typical, you look at your grandparents' wedding album or your parents' wedding album, it's like a picture per page, maybe a couple pictures with the vignettes around them.
Right.
But no, you build these collages in Photoshop, and the idea is you charge by the picture, and you build these amazing collages, and then you give them the album, you present it to them like the layout. You go, I love this, and they'll love it so much. You say, well, if here's the price. If you want to, a little much, or we want to start staking pictures out. And the way he's saying it, and they don't want to lose that one. They don't want to lose that picture, and you got them. You got them on the hook. But I tried doing this, and it was like, get rid of some of these pictures. It was immediately. I couldn't close the deal.
You didn't sell it.
Yeah, I couldn't sell it.
Gary Fong.
Lose this one. This one's, I don't even know who this guy is. That's some kid. So basically, not my kid.
Basically, Gary Fong wanted you to make a collage of people's photos and hold them hostage.
Yes.
And sit down with people.
Yeah.
And upsell them.
Yeah, because basically you tell the album, look, here's the price of a bass. Because you say like, oh, well, your album, $300 album, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say what comes.
And then you go, or.
Well, you go, what comes with $300 album? Well, here's the album I've designed. They go, this is amazing. It's all beautiful. Yeah. You go, well, this album is $1,200. I'm kidding. I go, well, we want the $300 album. We want the $300 album. And you go, well, I want the $300 album. And then you go, okay, you want the $300 album? I'll take this picture out. I think I just picture your son. So, we'll lose this. We'll lose your wife.
So you start destroying the album that you've made, the $1,200 album.
Fucking lose this whole fucking page. Just get rid of it. And he's doing it in a way where it's like when he's telling you, he's got all these mooks in the audience, and everyone's just like, "Oh yeah." Like, why? Look, you got. They want this. They want to give you their money.
Where is Fong from?
I mean, I think he's Japanese, maybe Chinese. I'm not sure.
It's an interesting system,
but he's American. Like he's not like a.
It's kind of it's a fascinating system.
It is. It's like, and it's like if you look.
But dude, here's the thing: you got to realize about people in Long Island. They don't give a shit about their family. Yeah. You get rid of them. I'll get rid of your parents. Good.
What is that? Who's that? Denise's kid? Lose that picture.
300 is fine. Yeah, they don't give a shit. Gary Fong. That system doesn't work on the island, baby. Nah. They'll be like, whatever. Dude, that is so funny. So this thing that so we'll do it. So I'm like, thank you, Ray. You did a great job. We're very excited to see the album.
Yeah. All right. So I took the liberty of
you ready? See, you ready? Already? Ready? Already? The way you said I've taken the liberty, I'm on guard. Okay. Do you see what I mean? I'm on like big time guard. Immediately, as soon as you said I've taken the liberty.
Relax.
Okay. All right.
You paid for your package came with a $300 album, and you're gonna get that no matter what.
Okay. Well, I'm excited.
I've taken the liberty just to show you what's available. I've taken the liberty of designing some more deluxe layouts for you.
Oh, okay.
So you can see, your options. So why don't you take a look at this nice collage album?
Oh, wow. I mean, honey, look at it. This is beautiful.
Look at these layouts.
This is really nice.
Oh, the picture in the middle.
Now,
this
is a 300, huh? Look at what we got, honey, for 300.
Well,
look at how nice this is.
To be clear, this is not the $300.
Oh, what is this?
This is, look, this mic will cost a little bit more. Now you have to complete.
Like 400.
Well, you'll have the option of scaling however you want.
Okay, well, I like what you've done.
Thank you so much.
I like this. So
this album, let's see, 10 pages. This one, look, it's adjustable, but this will come out to $1,200.
Jesus fucking Christ! I knew you were a crook.
Not crook.
I knew you were.
You get your album.
I told my fucking wife, "There's no good piece of shit."
Sir.
I said, "It's fat fuck."
Sir, no.
I said, "He's gonna Gary Fong us."
Sir.
I said, "That's what this guy's doing."
If you want the $300 album, I'll give you that album.
She's heard horror stories from her friends. They all got fonged.
You didn't pay for this. You paid for a lower class album.
So how can we get it down to like 600?
600.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, we can lose this picture of your wife. We can get rid of this one.
That's fine. She doesn't look good now. She looks fat.
Okay, so
honey, pick the pictures where you look fat. Go to Wix.com/GTH1. Wix, WIX.com/GTH1. Don't get fonged. We had a weird interaction today. Do you think? Explain what happened today on the street, because we've had a lot of weird interactions in New York.
Sure.
This was one of the stranger ones.
Oh, the woman by the deli? Oh, no. That's a different one.
What happened by the deli? Now you got to say that.
No, just some woman was asking for money, and we don't have any cash. She's like, just buy me some peanut M&Ms.
Right. And
then we did, and she got pissed with us, I think. So they just, whatever. But no, so we're walking on the street. I forgot about that.
Yeah, this is the big one.
Yeah. So we're walking on the street. And someone had given you at your spot.
Somebody gave me a book at the brunch show at the stand, and it's a book.
The Red Dawn or some shit?
Some book about whatever. It's a political thriller, but it's true. It's nonfiction.
Yeah, whatever. So this guy, we're walking down, and like he kind of brushes past him, And he goes, and he like sees the book. He goes, oh, what you reading here? And like a young guy, like, guys in his 30s. Like, what you reading there? And you're like, oh, someone gave it to me. And he looks at the cover, and I don't know if it's reflective of the book. He goes, oh, it's like a David Goliath story. Did David win? And like, we're like, what? Like, and then he's like, maybe you should call me and let me know what happens.
Want to text me the title?
Yeah.
And I was so thrown off. I didn't even know I didn't think the guy was trying to fuck me. I was so thrown off because I'm so on guard for like an old school grift.
Right.
Smash and grab the wallet.
Sure.
Grab my phone. I take my phone out. He grabs my phone, starts running. Now I got to chase this guy down. Maybe he's a good runner.
Right.
What am I going to do?
Better. Either way, he's a better runner than you.
And you.
Oh, right. I mean, I used to run 5 miles a day.
What about now?
Not so much.
You're going to chase? No, we're not chasing that.
No.
So I'm like, you could just put the, and then he gave me this longing, weird look.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to fuck. But what's weird is like, he didn't even see my face when he stopped me.
What's the thing? Yeah, he starts it from behind. And
I don't present as gay, except you said I have a little bit of a gay walk.
Occasionally.
So from the back, do you think he said, I'm a weird sell from the back?
Yeah.
If he's just watching me walk down a street, that's why you want to fuck me?
You don't even have a fat ass.
No, I got a nice face, but I would think you got to see me from that.
And I don't think you were gay walking then, or for lack of a better term.
I don't know, but
like it's like you were just kind of occasionally you have like a tippy toe thing.
But this guy kind of stunned. He was kind of looked stunned that I wouldn't give him my number, and I think he like walked away and he was kind of puzzled, like I can't fuck that guy.
My first assumption was it was a pickup, only because what else could it be? Like, yeah, grift, but what is this grift?
Maybe
like,
he knows who I am. He wants to put my phone number on Reddit or something as a joke.
Possibly.
I don't know. I mean, it's a dumb joke. I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't even care.
Start getting dick pics. Like, all right, not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. People just call me and I keep them on the phone for an hour. They're like, this was a prank. I want to go. I'm like, no, listen. There's a super soldier program. I don't know, man, but he was kind of good looking and I'm kind of mad. Dude, if I was that aggressive, I get laid all the time. Maybe that's just what that guy's about.
Yeah, maybe he's just like, he's got a fucking dick full of cum.
Yeah, and he just wants to fuck everybody, and I fucking screwed it up. But also, maybe he wanted to come over to my hotel room and, like, rob me.
Sure.
You know, I don't know.
It's a weird, like.
Of what?
Who
what
does that work on, though?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Does certain dudes just go, hey, man, give me, here's my number. We can text about this book.
If you pull out your phone, he rips it out of your hand.
Yeah, but he didn't even know I was gay. He didn't know anything about
No, like
me.
he pulls your phone out, like, and you're like, oh, I guess I'll text, and like assuming that you'll just not text him, but you won't be polite, and then he rips the phone out of your hand, maybe.
I don't know what the deal is. I'm just kind of weirdly on guard when some stranger gets in your face and starts asking you questions. Now, I respect his hustle.
Sure.
Whether he's snatching a phone or
trying to kidnap a kid
or trying to fuck. Either way, I'm with you. I just don't want to be the victim of your scam.
Right.
But maybe it wasn't. Maybe he was just trying to fuck.
I mean, if that's the case, he doesn't think we're fucking.
Good point.
You
should have stepped in.
Yeah. That's my man.
That's the man. You're fucking him. You're fucking me. You're fucking us both. He just gave me this deep look.
Right. I think you're crushing on this guy.
Did you? He was kind of good look, but did you catch the way he looked at me? I'm like,
it was weird. The whole exchange is very odd.
And I'm like kind of paranoid because we talk about weird shit on the show. I'm like, is he the guy? Is this the guy that's coming to get us?
Maybe he was casing us.
Is this the guy?
He's like one of those Michael Clayton guys.
Is it a Billie Eilish fan that wants me dead?
Oh shit! He's gonna torture and kill you.
I don't know.
Nice.
I mean, I don't know, but now I feel weird about not giving him my number, not living dangerously.
I mean. You did fuck up. I mean, you could have at least gotten laid or.
What did you think? You said he wasn't that good looking, though.
Well, he wasn't your type. You typically like more
Twinks.
slender guys.
Yeah.
But no, he was fine looking. I mean, I think he was definitely.
Imagine if you did that to a woman.
What are you reading? Listen, what are you reading? What is that, a real David and Goliath story?
Does David win?
Does David win? You want to text me? Why don't you text me the title of the book?
They would use like a Patriot Act to like put me in Gitmo.
She would use bear spray on you. Not even mace. She'd go right to bear spray. She just takes out a gun, just starts firing wildly. She just starts firing.
What are you reading at?
This is why we can't give up the guns.
Right.
You would be on a poster. This is why you can't give up the guns. Because this man asked what you were reading.
Right.
What are you reading? You want to text me? You want to start a book club? Do you ever think what it would feel like to get eaten
Who is that, Dickens?
You reading? Is that a tale of two cities? Listen to me.
I don't know, man. Very strange, but I'll move on. It's another misconnection. We were talking before about, you said you want to get out of New York. You're torn. You like almost the idea of living in New Orleans.
I mean, New Orleans is my favorite city that I've ever been to.
Don't you think we're too old to kind of live in a, like, I don't know.
I feel like,
I think we had our time, and I squandered all my time.
Sure.
When I was 22, I could have been getting hammered in New Orleans. I could have maybe went to another country.
Right.
I could have went on vacation. Dude, I was just getting fucked up in Long Island.
Yeah.
What a disaster. And I couldn't even get a fucking TV show made about it.
I feel like New Orleans is the kind of city, though, where it's like you can have older failures that are kind of not looked down upon because they're not, like, they don't have money.
Absolutely. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you have to really get into it.
We have to go full Mardi Gras and, like,
I think you'd have to go there and just, I think the charms would get old.
Right.
So I think you'd have to resign yourself to being what that city is, which is like kind of disconnecting from the larger society.
Right. Which is like, what is there in larger society you're going to miss?
I don't know. Time.
Sure.
Like New Orleans, like people have no concept of time.
Right.
Half of them. Like they just float around. They barely know what day it
they
is.
even like, if you live there, are you going, like, are you even listening to jazz and like music?
I mean, some people are.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I think a lot of people there, there's a literary idea of what a city is,
Right.
and then there's what a city is, right?
Yeah.
And in my opinion, New Orleans probably gets the closest to the idea of what it is from the
Right.
limited amount of time I've spent there, right?
Right.
New York is hard because there's a million New Yorks. There's a million LAs.
Yeah.
I mean, the real LA is the bullshit, Hollywood, everybody's trying to suck off somebody famous, whatever.
Right.
Literally and figuratively. But New Orleans is the idea that it's got a very distinct culture and that the people who live there love it and want to live there, and they give themselves over entirely to that. They're not like, you're not half in, half out. You don't
Right.
dip your toe in. You go fucking head into New Orleans or you don't even do it.
No one really famous seems to come out of New Orleans. Like,
I don't
directly.
know.
Like you might be someone who left New Orleans area, but like what star got their start in New Orleans? Like it's more like
I can't think of any.
It's just kind of like a place where you just kind of live this artistic life, and then like you get hammered all the time.
And are you living an artistic life, or are you just getting fucked up? I guess you could be playing music.
Well, I mean, it's like, look, what was Hemingway? Like Hemingway is writing these books, and he's just getting fucked up in Paris. It's like, it's that, but no one cares about music or books anymore. Like any, like, so it's just like we're not gonna be happy anywhere.
Good point.
You know,
that's what it is.
It's just we're gonna be fat and miserable wherever we go. Why not there? You get some nice eggs Benedict.
It's too humid.
Yeah, no. The summer. We're not built for the summers. You need to be a wiry guy who's not built, but he has those like just.
Don't you
muscles.
wish you were young and hot? Would you have? Dude, if I
wish I was young and hot anywhere.
If I could do it again, I would do nothing I did in this life.
Right.
I really believe that. I would do nothing. And I know I make a lot of you laugh and you go, oh, you're so funny. Hey, shut up. If I could do it again, I don't know. Maybe I would do what I'm doing now. I don't know. I think I would do something else. What would you be? Blank slate. And then I have some questions from the, well, no, we're going to do them on a Patreon episode. We're going to record later in the week. The people that pay money get to ask us questions. And some of them are like so stupid. It's like, what do you think about, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, well, we'll do that in the other episode.
I'd be a lacrosse player.
Is this true?
I mean, I feel like I would have been an athlete like, if I could go back. Like,
if you could go back in time. This is a very fascinating thing. If Ray Cum could do it all again.
Because I did go through a period. I was talking about this earlier, where when I was around 30 years old, I was running 5 miles a day.
Not even when you were younger, when you were 30.
No, I'm saying I was fat my whole life.
That was 45. No, that was like, what, 7 years ago?
No, like something like 6, 5.
I just love the idea of like, you're like,
listen, when I was 30, I was an athlete.
No, my point is, I'm not running 5 miles.
Where were you running and weren't you running around the morgue?
I ran around the morgue for a while, and then eventually.
So you want to go back to your glory days of running around the morgue?
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I came to a realization, like, because I was fat my whole life up until then. I was a fat kid. I was never good at like athletic shit, and like, oh, I should have been like pushing my body more since I was a kid. And like, if I were to go back, I would, I'd practice. I didn't understand, like, I understood they say practice, but until you get good at anything, I was never good at stuff as a kid. Like, if I get good at stuff, like, oh, yeah, just put the time in. You can get good at baseball and feel good about yourself. Like, people like to pretend like, oh, these, athletics don't mean anything and they're shit. And like, yeah, if you're doing 2-a-days at age 14 and like your whole town's revolved around football and rape, sure, it's not great. But I mean, the idea of having, athletic background is a nice thing. I mean, it's a nice, the Greeks did it.
But let's be honest, there's no professional lacrosse league. You're saying you would do some collegiate sport. I'm talking
about I would have lived more active. I would have been more active, and that would have bled into the rest of my life.
Okay.
And I would have probably got into like law. I could have been I could have been like a trim lawyer.
So you want to be like a fit lawyer?
Yeah, because no one wants to. I had a fat lawyer once, but I mean,
the worst.
Yeah.
The worst is to have a fat lawyer.
Because he was a good lawyer, but he was still embarrassing.
Yes.
He's like he's wearing a scarf in the middle of court.
What?
I don't know. He was like he was.
Was he a real lawyer or was he just?
No, he's dead now. But
I thought you had a good-looking lawyer. You told me once, like a young guy who was kind of.
Oh, I did have for a different thing a good-looking lawyer, but he was terrible. The fat guy was good.
But it's still embarrassing when he gets up.
Yeah, he's good because he worms his way into the county for years.
What was the biggest problem with him? Was just the sight of him? Or was the way he talked?
He was just bombastic, and he kind of had a lisp and a slur.
Yeah,
and but he knew everyone. He had these huge Christmas parties, I think, where he'd invite the whole county over.
He's like a flamboyant fat lawyer.
Yeah, but he wasn't like at least no one thought he was gay. But he kind of acted like had a little bit of a
fop.
Yeah, and he was great. He was better than I deserved.
He was a real raconteur.
Yeah, and he was good, but like I was still like, oh, but I knew he was right. He telling me like, shave your beard. Like I look bad with that beard. He like just shave it. And so I had to listen to him.
Now, I agree with you. So you would be a fit lawyer.
Yeah.
And you would live where?
Probably like.
What college would you go if you could have went to a college? Where would you have gone?
I could have gone to a college. I mean, I'm a smart enough guy. I did pretty well on the SAT.
Everyone that knows anything about you knows how very incredibly intelligent you are.
And I applied myself nothing. I mean, it's almost unoriginal.
What did you get on your SATs?
Like a 1280 without any practice, which is not like it's not knocks the charts off.
Practice.
But I'm saying if I'd done a little bit, I could have gotten a 1400.
Right.
I think. And that it ain't Mensa, or no, maybe it is. But the point is, like, I could have gotten into Columbia maybe, or like Dartmouth maybe. I mean, is that like I don't know. I don't know much about the Ivies, but I could have gotten into now
it's tough if you're a white guy.
Well, yeah, but back then, that was a while ago.
Here's what I would say: if I could do it all over again, I agree with you. Ben lost his phone, and this is how he lost his phone. Ben, the producer of the show.
Yeah,
it fell out of his pocket playing golf.
I mean, I've never known you to
guy.
I've never known you to put up with things like that.
I mean, I love him to death, but I mean, is this the guy? You know what I mean?
But I thought he lost his wallet too.
I guess that also did. Is this where Peter says? What is Peter upon this rock? God says to Peter, "Upon this rock, I build my church." You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Playing golf and the wallet fell out.
I don't know how you lose both. I mean,
people change.
That sounds.
Do people change? Another question. The Great Ray come. Like I'm not a drunk anymore, right?
Right.
But I'm still like an idiot.
What's the thing? You don't.
I'm still an addict in many ways.
You don't change. You just white knuckle it the rest of your life.
You evolve. I'm still an addict. The addict mentality's helped me with comedy.
Yeah, you don't like these people who find serenity through Christ, or like 12 steps.
They're insane. Yeah, God bless them, but that's a good insane. That's what you want to be.
But that's the best you can hope for. Like we were talking before about how like if you're fat, there's like research that shows like if you're fat and you lose a lot of weight, you keep all those fat cells the rest of your life. So
really?
So the minute you start eating fat again,
it comes
right back.
Once fat, forever fat.
Yeah. So it's like you can alter your behavior, but you don't change.
Right.
And that's the scary thing. You're always going to have these demons probably.
I mean, I'm doing that keto or trying to do keto. It's not real keto. It's light keto because I'll eat tomato sauce and shit. But I'm not eating bread, pasta, rice, sugar, like, no desserts, none of that shit. No juice. I'm drinking only water.
Right.
And you know, I can hook up with good-looking dudes. I've hooked up with really good-looking dudes. But if you told me, like, hey, you'll just fuck male models for the rest of your life or whatever, I still kind of want ravioli. That's how deep the hook of fat is.
Right.
I still kind of want ravioli.
So like I never have a gyro again.
I mean,
I want a gyro.
That's the thing. What am I not going to have ravioli? You know?
I want to I want that feeling.
Oh, but everyone look at you and they want to fuck you, or you'll have a better chance fucking people. Yeah, but I want lobster ravioli.
I mean, do you really want how much do you really want to fuck?
I want to fuck a decent amount, but not crazy.
I'm saying these people who fuck all the time. It's like I don't get it. I like fuck. I mean, I have a girlfriend. Right. I love her. You don't lose. You know.
Yeah. It's consensual. It's legal. No need to call the police. Don't file a report.
And we have great sex. But
I'm sure it's fun.
But I mean, I don't want it to be my. It's sweaty. It's a mess.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be your whole life.
Right.
I mean, are these guys what are you going fuck boys?
I guess so.
I mean, I can't be a fuck boy.
Well, I think you're putting limits on yourself, and I hate to see you do that. But I don't know. I just, I'm going to try to keep this diet going, and I'm going to try to exercise.
Right.
It's another thing I hate. I don't like.
I've never known you, besides the time you told me you swam when you were a child.
I love swimming.
But I've never known you to be, like, do any exercise. Have you never, like, you have a gym now?
I'm not meant for, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. People are going to get mad at this. Ready? It's a controversial take. Come on. Isn't exercise kind of for stupid people? Come on.
Fundamentally, I guess, yeah.
I mean, and I don't mean that it's not the right thing to do, but come on.
Well, look.
Aren't there? It's a lot of dummies.
Yeah. And the thing is this. You got to work. If you're a working person, you got to work.
Now, I know that I should be stupid and in shape, but it's not my fault.
Right.
God made me, I sit around, I think, I lay, I lean, I dream.
You realize how much, like, how when you go to work and then you go to a gym, you're spending, like, when do you actually watch, YouTube documentaries? When do you squeeze that time in? These people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it. Like,
how do you watch the docs?
Yeah.
Where does that happen? You could do it on the treadmill. You could do it on the elliptical.
Right.
I feel good when I work out. I like swimming. I should swim more. I want to be that guy again.
Here's the thing. Like, the reason most art is created is because you don't feel good or content.
Right.
So it's like, the point is, is anyone really an artist anymore? Does art really exist at all?
Maybe not.
Right. And because that's the thing. Like, you could look at Michelangelo and go, well, he wasn't happy, but he, sculpted and he made the Sistine Chapel.
Was he not happy?
I mean, I get the impression he had some. I think they all had demons. I think Da Vinci had demons.
Right. Or pedophiles.
Yeah, I mean, look, they were happy then when they were fucking, but not all the time.
Everyone who's ever done anything great was a pedophile. What if aliens call our planet pedophile, and no one even knows it? Aliens are like, yes, the most elite people there fuck the children. And you're like, wait.
Well, Chomsky used to love to have the whole, what if aliens came down and they just observed our society? What would they think? And he'd talk about well, obviously the rich and all that stuff. And yeah, you're right. It would just be like, well, you got to fuck kids to get ahead.
Yeah, they would be like, this is planet pedophile.
Yeah.
As they left in their spaceship, they'd be like, oh, this is planet pedophile.
Right.
That's what that is. But if I could do it all over again, I would be a swimmer because you're the hottest with the ripped bodies.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd go to school like Colgate or Marist.
Oh, I did the lacrosse camp at Colgate.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna fuck with the Ivies. I wouldn't even make my life about trying to be smart.
Right.
Or good. Like, this is what I've realized.
Yeah.
I would go to school at Colgate, get a hot chick or a hot whatever. I would be into chicks probably. I don't know.
You would do a conversion camp?
No, I mean, we're just doing a fake life.
Okay.
And then I'd have kids, and I think I'd get like a fucking house by a lake or something and just not give a fuck. I really think if I could do it all over again, I would be like, fuck all of that. I don't care about it. I don't know.
I mean, these kids who grew up upstate.
My dad's friend my mother's friend was a swim coach at Colgate.
Yeah.
Or Marist or one of them, but I think he worked at Colgate. He ran a camp there, whatever. And they had him and his wife had a nice house on the lake, or his parents had a house on the lake. And you would go there, and dude, they just didn't give a fuck.
I would love to have grown up. Now you mentioned it, like in upstate New York
It's
or in the
Americana,
slum.
man.
And just live in a Tom Sawyer
There's
life.
no Italians. You know? Yeah, the food sucks. You have a burger. Who cares?
Right.
You don't need everything to be great.
It ruined you. I mean,
the reason I like New York is the food. I'm a fat fuck.
yeah.
I'm eating keto. I don't need to be here.
Right.
I don't need to be in LA. I don't need to be you do keto, you do it in the woods.
Just eat a raccoon.
That's the point. The fuck you gonna be here for?
Right. Roast chicken.
Don't you just fantasize about that life? You're just on the lake.
I used to go to a Boy Scout camp that was on a pond.
I don't even like the lake, but the life seems great.
The pond is not a pond or a lake is a nice.
It's Americana. The oceans are great too, but there's something about a lake. You have a nice lake house. It's quiet.
Did you ever go fishing?
You write novels. I would be writing a novel. I've went fishing.
Do you like fishing?
But on Captain Lou's boat in Freeport with 40 other losers from Long Island.
Right.
Calling the fish N-words. But no, I went fishing with my Uncle Michael out in the Hamptons. I like fishing.
We're just like, we're indoor kids, aren't we?
We're geniuses, Ray. This is the problem. We're geniuses in a society that doesn't care. I'm in the Tuscany by St. Giles. Society wants us to get in shape and go flippity-blibbity-blop. And,
right.
I guess we should. I guess it's time.
I mean,
change or die, evolve or die.
Yeah, I mean, mostly just die.
I don't know. I ponder a lot during the day. You can't ponder at a gym.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of get into a zone.
Sometimes I'll lean on something for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And think.
No, because mostly when I'm at the gym, I'm just in pain. I'm just like, oh, when does this end?
Hurting.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, and I just want to end.
Our bodies have failed us. Our minds matter.
Right.
Our bodies, which is why I'm excited for the transhumanism. Put this mind in a better body.
I love a spider body.
I've always wanted an arachnid body.
That'd be amazing.
They're not going to us.
No. Why?
Spider bodies?
But why not us? Why not?
Because they're not going to give it to us. We're not going to get a good spider body.
We get we can still upgrade something, right?
We will get the worst upgrade.
It'll be rusty. It'll be
It will literally be, they'll put us in the same bodies with metal legs, like tin men legs. This is all you two got approved for.
Right. It's we literally it's just we have to move the spider legs with our arms. We're just pushing and pulling them.
Hey, aren't we going to get the new spider body? No. You got to prove to make your feet a wagon.
We still have to shit through the machine. It's just gross.
All right, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is very controversial ad to do because many people online believe it is a scam.
Right. And
that the people it's an online counseling service, and there are people that have criticized me for continuing to do the ad after they say it is, quote, beyond a reasonable doubt has been proven that it is a complete scam. Now, I do not know. I don't think but I don't know.
Look, you're never going to know.
Somebody called me and said it worked for them. I mean, messaged me on Instagram.
Sure. It was BetterHelp, but that's fine. No, but look, I mean, I don't see why.
Dude, real therapy is a scam.
Yeah.
What do you care?
Here's the thing. You got people. A lot of people are depressed. They eat bad food. They don't exercise. They don't have jobs. They do meth. All sorts of reasons. You're coming off drugs. You're going up on drugs. And what percentage of those people have health coverage? Minimum.
Very few.
Especially in that sector. Look, if you got a great job, you got health care, you can still get depressed, but less likely.
Right.
All right. So all I'm saying, it may not be. Look, this is classist, perhaps, because I don't know if it's great. Is it better to go sit with a therapist for an hour?
You got to find time in your busy schedule for mental health. BetterHelp. They have licensed professional counselors who specialize in issues like depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, anger, family conflict, self-esteem, and more. Now, a lot of people have said they're not.
If I'm going to put a fucking gun in my mouth,
right?
I'm on the verge, and it's fucking Saturday night.
Take the chance.
Am I going to wait for a appointment on Tuesday
You gotta call BetterHelp.
Call them up. I'm not saying it's perfect. I don't know.
I've said, listen, sometimes people like to jerk off when they're on the phone with people.
Yeah.
We call them and, what's
sure.
No harm, no foul.
I can't see how it couldn't help at all.
it'll help.
Yeah.
A lot of people said to me, it can do more harm than good. There's a lot of people.
Why?
A lot of people.
Are there people there telling you to kill yourself? I doubt that.
A lot of, no one knows what they're doing. So,
well, they should probably.
Some people made a pretty good argument that it can't. Well, but here's my thing with it. I say, hey, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Right?
I mean,
Raymond, am I wrong?
If they're
People
not
have said to me, I can't believe you're doing this ad.
How can someone who's not a therapist convince you to kill yourself?
Interesting. Maybe that's their logo. BetterHelp. How can someone who's not a therapist convince you to kill yourself? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. BetterHelp. People have attacked me for this. People come at me. They're very angry. I do this ad.
It's probably the psychiatry industrial complex.
I mean, listen, it's not like I'm giving it a rousing endorsement, but I'm saying if you are not happy with your therapist, you can request a new one at any time. No additional charge. Now, here's the other thing.
Is this run by some website that does the NRA back this?
It's pretty bad. But
just the NRA is you'll get to buy more guns.
Let's just Google them. Let's just Google them. Ready? If you just Google BetterHelp, because listen, I want to be fair to everybody, okay? And so I think. So here's the thing. YouTube, one of their most prominent sponsors, BetterHelp, was caught in a whirlwind of controversy, and what they've basically said is. That they said the real problems here. Okay, so BetterHelp has said their terms of service say we do not control the quality of the counselor services, and we do not determine whether any counselor is qualified to provide.
Look, we take it
Listen, hold on. We do not determine whether any counselor is qualified to provide any specific service, as well as whether the counselor's categories correctly or match correctly to you. That's the terms of service. But I think they changed that. And now they're doing a better screening process to make the counselors better. They did say that while we may try to do this from time to time in our sole discretion, to acknowledge that we do not represent to verify and do not guarantee the verification, the skills, degrees, qualifications, license, certification, credentials, competence, or background of any counselor.
Look, what does this do? Ask you to send them a copy of your diploma and then look at it? That's
listen,
crazy.
I don't know. I'm still divided on this because on one hand, they are saying that you're essentially calling a stranger. Well, that you're expecting to help you. Yeah. But on the other hand, isn't that life?
Yes.
Right.
Look, that stranger might make you a lot of money in a different situation.
Sure.
Look.
I don't know, man. I don't want to do an ad for something that's fraudulent. But BetterHelp has said that they're finding better help.
Look, they're talking to someone.
Someone's going to answer.
I mean, honestly.
Can we call them right now?
Can we call BetterHelp? Yeah.
Can we call BetterHelp? See what their number is. Call BetterHelp. Imagine somebody else. Yo!
What you want?
What you want? Let's call BetterHelp. Call BetterHelp
just
right now.
Escort service.
They don't fucking answer. Well, they don't seem to have a phone number online. That's not great. Hold on.
You want to call through the app.
I'm sure it's in the ad. I'm sure it's fine. Listen, folks, we're going to test it out right now. BetterHelp.com/timdillon. Oh, yeah, it's not a phone number.
You have to probably use the app, and there's a thing where you can use the app to call.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go to the site just to see what the fuck.
They're weeding out the riffraff like us. Yeah, they only want people who are really depressed.
Yeah, they're in chat, video, and phone therapy.
Yeah.
Does it cost money?
Yeah,
my gender is male. Look at it. They have their first thing is individual counseling. They go, what is your gender? Male, female, or non-binary? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, look.
Hey, that's pretty cool, huh? Select your age.
Giving people dignity.
I'm 34. Select your age. I write 17. They write good. I'm like, what? What is your orientation? Straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, not sure. Why is we doing this?
How's that ass?
That's the next question. How's that ass? First of all, why is the third question?
What do you like to sit on?
Why is the third question? What is your orientation?
What are you wearing?
I'll say gay, but what does this have anything to do?
Because
it goes like this. Would you like to be transferred to our other side pride counseling? Would you like to be transferred to our sister site, pridecounseling.com?
Look, they're catering. It's micro-focused.
Dude, I'm going to say cancel. Do you consider yourself to be religious? If I say yes and they go, do you want to get christianministries.com?
Oh, shit.
This whole thing's fake. It's just, do you consider yourself to be religious? Yes. Which religion do you identify with? Christianity, Islam, Judaism? What should I say?
I mean, Christianity's probably, or maybe Jewish.
Like I'll say Judaism. You consider yourself to be spiritual? No. Have you ever been in counseling or therapy before? I would kill myself just with this.
This is bad.
Have you ever been in counseling or therapy before? Yes. Are you currently experiencing overwhelming extended grief or depression? No. When's the last time you had a plan for suicide? Never. Are you currently experiencing anxiety, panic attack? No. Are you currently taking medication? No. Chronic pain? No. How would you rate your current financial status? Good. Are they trying to get you?
How much you make a year? Where's your money? In bonds? Stocks? What do you got? Is it liquid? How much you got liquid?
Dude, how do you rate your current sleeping habits? Good. Who referred you to BetterHelp? Let's say a podcast. Which podcast? Oh my God. Most of these are just crazy podcasts that nobody listens to. Let's say Tim Dillon.
You show up.
Tim Dillon's going to hell. Next. What country am I in? United States. Which state am I in? New York. Dude, this is fucking.
Look, they got.
You've completed the questionnaire. Now you got to create an account. First name, Tim. Email, confirm email. That. Create password. What should be the password? Fraud. Choose my own password.
The noose is around my neck.
They're like,
imagine them.
This is an interesting password.
I'm just picturing like,
help me for the love of God, help.
I'm just picturing like a dad, like he's like in the garage, and Timmy, come in here, Timmy. And he's like, the kid comes in, he's got a noose around his neck. Go on, BetterHelp and see if we can help.
Password is too weak. They didn't like fraud. Okay, I'll choose another password. They didn't like that password. I'm telling you right now, man. I just want to make sure that that I'm not hawking something that's not good. Create a new PIN? What?
A PIN number.
For what, though?
So when you go back on the site, they can hope, they're trying to get you to use your bank PIN.
That's probably what this whole thing is. They're just trying to fucking get you bank. 172. Okay, so I'm going to go on this code now. 172. Submit. Okay, now, I mean, I should be in the site, right? I mean,
should I shoot up this church or not?
I prefer male counselor or female?
Male.
I prefer male. Next, depression. I'll just say depression. Please know in a few sentences why you want counseling. I'll just write, I'm sad.
They're going to go for that shit.
Welcome to BetterHelp. What happens next? How do I talk to my counselor? The messaging room is available at any time, but you can also schedule a weekly phone view. So the messaging room.
That's where you get your target.
How's that ass? The cost is $65 per week.
They give you a free bump.
Oh,
God. Don't give you a taste.
Dude, okay. Well, I'm getting this out of here, folks. Listen, I know people hear this ad, they go, "This is probably not the best ad," but hey, it's honest because I'm being very honest with my audience.
Look, our job is to tell you this product's out there.
It's out there.
It's out there.
There's worse things.
Yeah.
Right?
It's better than killing yourself, probably.
It is better than killing yourself. So, listen. BetterHelp. Get it.
Yeah.
If you want it, it's $65 a week.
Hey, you're an adult.
You're an adult. I love that. You gay or straight. It's a dating website. How's that ass?
It's just the owner's just like, Charlie's just using it to get laid.
Just jerking his
Why? Can you put some more questions in there for me? I want to come on the records.
Yeah. Have you ever used sex as therapy? What?
Have you ever had sex with your therapist?
My ad person's like, don't do this ad. This is from an old ad agreement I had. She's like, don't do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I always want to be straightforward with the people. And after looking at BetterHelp and going through it, I say, we can endorse it.
I mean, it's there.
Hey,
it's there.
It seems
to be a site.
It's a site on the internet. Go into the messaging room and let them know.
Look, he might have a nice cock.
Let him know. What if you just went into the messaging room and just sent a photo of your ass?
Would you fuck this? I'm lonely.
What if you just sent them a photo of a bruised ass? Said, will you come in this?
It don't gotta be much. I just need something. Just a little.
Where are you located? Where are you located?
The fucking fourth question is ASL.
What do you mean by ASL?
H6 location.
Oh, H6. Okay. BetterHelp. Go get him. All right, thanks. I mean, it's hard. I'm trying to change, man. I've lost a few pounds. It's a tough. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing it. The next step is I got to start exercising, but I got to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, exercising will get you kind of focused.
I know.
You need to become a jock. I mean, you can pick up guys at gyms, can't you?
Sure.
I mean, that's a more healthy way.
Pick up guys in the street, apparently.
Sure. I mean, that's the thing. You want to be a guy who's got just get some biceps going. Get some nice tone.
I wish I was rich.
Yeah.
I just want to be rich, dude. I just want to, just get a trainer to come in and kill me. I just want a trainer to blow
just
my
fucking
brains.
strangle you.
I just want a trainer to blow my brains out. I just want a trainer to come in and murder me so I don't have to go along with the training program.
I mean, would you fantasize about being grappled to death by a
Oh,
all right.
I mean, I don't know, man. We're at a point now where you go, I'd like to make something good. For who?
Right.
For what?
I mean, that's a good point. Who is the audience?
Who wants it? And I don't want to be one of those guys who's like, fuck this and fuck that. We don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
But we got to be honest. And you go, well,
you have this idea that the masses will go for this, but you're making something that will last for history. But who's almost like we're putting in a time capsule and waiting for someone to appreciate it later on.
Everything is shifted where even the smart set shit.
Right.
The masses have always shit. The masses now like gobbledygook baby talk.
Right.
The masses just big asses.
Well, even your friends you were talking about before, the people came to your set.
Yeah.
I don't look. I look at Rotten Tomatoes. I look at the audience score. They were saying.
Ooh, right.
It's they don't no one cares about fine art.
No, fine art. I mean, you think I'll make some good for niche group? Is it niche or niche?
Niche, I think.
You make something for a niche group, and they don't want it.
No, I mean, no one wants it until you have, because that's all bullshit too.
Right.
It's yes, there is objectively good art,
but the rich kids jerking each other off.
Right, exactly.
That's why I think
Warhol was a fraud.
The best. Well, it's better than what we have now.
Sure.
His heads and shoulders are better than flippity blah, blibbity blah. I think the best life, you have a lake house.
Yeah.
You're cooking burgers on the lake. You're reading, you're writing, you're reading. You're swimming in the lake, and you're maybe doing a little light jog. Maybe go to the gym every now and then. Maybe you're the teacher at the local school. And the summer the kids graduate, you have sex with them
Right.
when they graduate.
Can I come back as a pig?
Would you like to be a pig?
I feel like it'd be a nice, I don't be slaughtered the first year, but I mean, I feel like it's a nice
Until you
existence.
got slaughtered, it would be good.
Yeah, I mean, look.
I don't think you have to come back to be a pig. You could just climb in a pen.
Yeah, I mean, they're smart animals. I feel like
Are you focusing on losing? Because you're big now. You're at a big place.
No, yeah, I mean, look, we went out to brunch today and we're eating meat and
We ate
shrimp.
meat.
Yeah, I'm doing no carb though. I'm
Good
doing
for you.
keto.
Stay with no carbs.
Yeah.
It's the breads and the sugars, man, and the rice.
It's poison.
you
Not
know?
to like reasonable people can moderate themselves, but
I
to us.
hate that we grew up with our boomer parents feeding us poison, and we got to a point where we really people don't realize I was shot food wise by the time I was like 9. I was just the garbage I was eating.
Right.
I grew up on garbage. I grew up on fast food. I grew up going out to eat.
Yeah.
I grew up at Fridays. I grew up, and then you get to a certain point where you've lost control completely, and now you got to do a diet where you can't even have a little bit of rice.
No, look, you have to admit you're an addict the same way you did with alcohol and drugs.
And the whole country, we've got lots of addicts, man.
Yeah. Look, that's the thing. This country's built on hooking you on shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, you used it before. Like the fucking the advertising firms with the cereals and the fucking and the fast
the
food,
60s,
the soda.
man, the sugar cereals are just doing anything they can to get it down, get it in front of a kid
Right.
so they can get hooked young. The sugar industry's big.
It's just like what I don't get is like so few people in this country actually have like jobs that matter anymore. It's all service jobs. It's like they're selling to us. They're treating us like cattle to get us to buy shit. But it's like, it almost like money is fake. Everything's fake. Like, it's almost like, why is it like, if the elites are really running this thing just to like get what out of us? Like, I don't understand. It seems like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul.
They're just cashing checks.
Yeah, just moving it around.
Just cashing checks, dude.
No, that's the real creepy thing about everything. Is like there really isn't an elite like conniving and run. Like they're doing it. They're scamming. And you're killing people.
I think it's utter chaos, and I don't think I don't think there's a grand design. This New World Order shit.
Right.
I don't think there's any end game. This depopulation of the earth or whatever. Sure, that would be nice. They would love that, but I really think it's just at the top. I think it's just chaos.
The reality is the economy is inflated so for over 100 years now, since the Fed and all this stuff, and even before that. With inflation and just the monetary policy and just like credit expansion and debt, that like it really is just a bunch of plates in the air. And like even if you were like wanted to be like a Austrian economist, a libertarian, we're gonna solve everything, you couldn't even unravel it. It's just
no.
unravelable.
I think it's just the great unraveling will be the final unraveling.
Yeah,
and it'll take a long time.
Right.
I mean, somebody made a point. I forget who it was. They're like Great Britain's still called Great Britain.
Yeah,
it takes a long time. But yeah, man, and I think if you read the Whitney Webb articles about Epstein, you see that like criminals,
mm-hmm.
And by the way, and when I say the word criminal, I mean everybody who's behaving in an illegal fashion, from the government,
right,
to intelligence agencies, to legitimate criminals, to billionaires, the crime syndicate,
yeah.
And the many crime syndicates
right.
that are, we don't, like to say that we don't have a shot.
Right.
Or to say that we're going to drain the swamp, as Donald Trump said.
Yeah.
He can't even drain the swamp we know about, right? There's a whole other swamp that you can't even see, and no one's writing about it.
Right.
And the people that do get killed. And it's so much deeper and darker than people realize. And knowing about it doesn't help. And the only way to have a good life is to not know.
Yeah, because the only way you get in is to be compromisable.
Right.
Like, it's the whole thing with Skull and Bones where, like, where they fucking blow each other or they do whatever. Whatever it is they do so they have something on each other. They don't trust you unless they have something on you.
Right.
Unless you're someone we can, close the lid on if we need to.
Right.
Then you're not getting in.
Right.
Because it goes back to Meyer Lansky and before, and fucking the turn like the prohibition era and the early mafia, and people act like even people who like are into this shit act like, you know, the CIA used the mafia to kill Kennedy, but that's it. Like, no, they're like, it's a permeable fucking like wall the same way the finance in the CIA is.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, so it's like, I mean, J. Edgar Hoover is denying the mafia because they, you know, they have dirt on them.
It's an invisible mechanism that controls a lot of what you see.
Right.
A lot of the stories in the newspaper, a lot of the things we focus on are distractions. And then there is this invisible, all-powerful, somewhat omniscient,
right,
godlike entity. And that doesn't mean it's 5 people in a room. It means there's many different groups of criminals. And the sophistication level is so high.
And here's the problem. I am not defending the criminal networks that run this country, and I'm not saying it couldn't be better. But when you look at, like, there are people who talk about, like, the nature of democracy. And, like, democracy is unwieldy, right?
Yeah.
And especially on the scale of people we have and, like, what it would take to do anything in this, like, would they be able to get, I'm not saying most of what they're doing isn't, like, war profiteering and, like, debt slavery, but, like, would they be able to get anything done without using illicit means, you know, under the table?
Well, I think part of it is that we all look at it and go, things aren't that bad in this country, because for a lot of people they aren't. Number one. Number two, we're pacified by a lot of creature comforts.
Oh, yeah.
And things like that. Number three, I think the real horrors and tragedies of this country we write off as business as usual. That's just life.
Right.
People are too sick. They can't afford the medical. Well, that's just life.
Yeah.
This person gets evicted from whatever. That's just life. This old lady who's been living in an apartment forever gets evicted, and fuck that, and
in Europe they have health insurance. What, you want to wait 2 days for a doctor? Well, like, maybe, yeah, right?
right.
Maybe.
But I mean, so we've conditioned the American public. They've done such a great job of conditioning people to accept nothing.
Right.
And to, you know, I did a joke on the last podcast, and people are competing on American Ninja Warrior for insulin, and they're saying it's a privilege.
Yeah.
I mean, that will be what will happen down the road. I mean, people love these GoFundMes, and they'll retweet them. They'll be like, what a great story. This family had no money, and this little, like, there was one which was amazing. They go, here's a 3-year-old with a disease. John's healthcare company didn't know if they covered a new wheelchair for him, so they made him a wheelchair. At Home Depot, they, like, made him a wheelchair. And this was, like, tweeted out, and everyone was sharing it going, this is beautiful. This is the American spirit. It's like, no, the American spirit is to demand that the company give the fucking kid a wheelchair.
Right.
What? But this is the sick.
Maybe he's faking.
Yeah.
If we gave every faker a wheelchair, we go out of business.
This little fraud. Game in the system. But that's what I mean. We've been conditioned. And you can't talk to people.
Right.
Can't talk to them about this because they all believe in some overarching political philosophy that's going to help it. They've kind of lost their humanity.
They act, and also it's weird, like they act like we invented patriotism, and
dude. Well, I mean, it's
like we invented like freedom.
How about that Trump article I sent you, where the Walmart woman has no money, and she goes, "Trump made me believe in myself. I stopped paying Obamacare, and I didn't pay the fine, and nothing happened.
Right.
And he taught me I could stand up for myself. To what? To not have insurance?
Yeah.
What is?
We're rotten to the core.
Rotten to the core.
We're not like
rotten to the core.
It's
baby.
sad.
It's really sad.
Well, I mean, honestly, how does it get better?
And it's all these people that are positive. Do you not go outside?
Yeah.
Have you not had any experiences with the human race?
Here's the problem: people talk about like ingenuity,
right,
or like perseverance. It's like, no, I think we could fix all of this,
right.
But like the people just won't accept. Like they won't even come together. No one even we used to value compromise in this country. And it's hard. Like, I'm not saying the Republican Party isn't and whatever, but but there is the idea that you're gonna come to the table and make a deal is just you're a traitor to
the other thing is that nobody even agrees what the problems are.
Right.
People don't even think that the no health care for the kid is a problem.
Yeah.
They don't think the mass shootings are a problem. They just think it's a function of freedom. And they look at a decaying society and go, well, people are free to do what they want to.
They want, they don't want it. Yeah, you're right. They don't want it to be better.
Right.
We act like we want it better, but
why? That's a great question. Why don't we want it better? That's a really good question.
We're like a battered wife at this point.
Yeah.
We've just been like sold. I mean, look.
Down deep, do you think we all want to, like, and I'm not saying everyone's a pedophile, but down deep, do you think part of the sickness in this country is that everybody wants to be an elite and everybody wants to be on, everyone wants to fuck people on an island? Not saying they have to be kids, but everybody wants to be able to murder and maim and torture and kill and have all this money. And like, is that just the dark, have we, like, is this country pure id in that sense?
I don't even think, people say that, and I don't think it's that. I think it's more fundamental that they just think it's gross to take a handout. Even though, like, they're taking a handout probably. They're probably, like, some, like, middle-class white guy who's, like, no thanks, on welfare and, or whatever. Like, he's scamming the system. But, like, the idea of socialism is gross because, like, just look, it's kind of like we're in the middle of hypernormalization. We're in the midst of it. Like, like, when you see year after year nothing change, and, like, go Obama, then before that it was Bush, right? Like, nothing fun. Like, when Obama didn't shut down Gitmo, and, like, I'm not saying he was the same as George W. Bush, but it's like, oh yeah, it's business. The more, like, over time that just built up, and so everyone's just kind of, like, battered. No one really expects anything to change because it's just the swamp. Like, what is the swamp? The swamp is just a, like, vague term for, like, I think they're fucking us.
Really, the swamp is like the corporate state,
right?
That, whether it's, and however you envision that, whether it's lobbyists buying influence, whether it's the corrupt political dynasties.
But the idea the FBI couldn't arrest these people if they want, if we set out to, like, the idea, like, well,
the FBI is a problem. That's
exactly
scary.
Yeah, but
so that's scary.
Right.
There is. My favorite movies are those conspiracy movies where they go find a cop or something and you find out he's in on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like every Stephen King novel. You're like, oh, that guy.
Right. But my point is, like, but the idea that, like, it would be hard if you actually had a well-intentioned government to do something about the swamp.
I also totally understand people who leave America, if you can. I used to never understand those people.
I don't understand people coming here. Like, where can we go?
It's so bad. But I never used to understand people that would leave. And now I'm like, yeah, I get it. Go to some seaside town somewhere else. But I mean, it's all getting bad. There's not a lot of places left.
I mean, what's going to be funny is, like, even when we fix this, we've already poisoned the earth. It's just done. Like,
I mean,
maybe it's all fake.
Maybe it's all fake. They're all renting Lamborghinis. I talked to a guy about Hollywood. He's like, everyone out there is renting Lamborghinis.
They're all fake. They're fake until you make it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, they've made it.
Yeah.
That's how people justify it.
They're all rich kids.
Yeah, a lot of them are. But
I know.
Some of them have made it.
Yeah.
Some of them have made it. It is what it is.
That is
folks.
making it in America. Being a rich kid.
Being a rich kid is making it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's if we could do it all over again. Fuck all this shit.
Be rich.
Fuck lacrosse, living by a lake. I just want to be rich. I just want to have a cold mother and an aloof father and a lot of fucking money and expectations. My friend Michael, like one of my best friends, has always said if his parents pushed him a little more,
right?
Because he got into St. John's, but if he could have just gone to a little better college, his life would have been better. And he goes, if his parents just pushed him a little bit more, and not that it was their job to,
right?
But he said, like, that's one of the things he looks back on.
Yeah, it sounds nice, but John Rockefeller's dad was like a deadbeat. So
right, hey, fuck you, Michael. Ray's right.
I mean, wasn't Carnegie's dad also like a
push yourself?
Yeah,
we're comparing him to the greatest, some Titans.
But I mean, the Titans never come from like. It wasn't. I never hear stories where like my dad was just like hardworking. Whatever.
I know, but we can't. That the big problem I think is also that we talk about those guys and that they're illustrative of anything other than that they're freaks of nature.
Sure.
They're freaks of nature. I mean, that's part of the thing. That's like I was joking around today about the motivational speakers, Gary Vee.
Right.
I'm like, nobody needs that. Warren Buffett doesn't wake up and go, should I hustle today?
Yeah.
Should I grind? Nobody needs that. But there's a cottage industry of people telling other people that they're, and on the left or the progressives or whatever you want to say, this celebration of people being 700 pounds should stop.
Yeah. I don't know.
Women. The celebration of women being 700 pounds, never men.
Right.
It's always women being morbidly obese.
No one knows.
And that is a victory.
No one knows how to just speak without like hashtags and and then buzzwords where it's like, don't buy into like the patriarchal sense of beauty, but yeah, don't be morbidly, on the brink of death.
Right.
There's no nuance to anything.
There should be a middle ground.
Right.
There should be a little bit of a middle ground.
I'm comfortable with my body. Obviously not. You're like no one. I'm telling you, we're fat. I'm fat.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable.
This is not comfortable.
This is not comfortable. I'll tell you another thing. This idea that you're good how you are and you should never evolve or grow or change. I mean, it's just the worst. It's the worst thing to tell anybody, whether it's about your body or your fucking mind.
Right.
Oh, you should just stay put. Stay where you are. I don't know, man. If I was a conspiracy guy, I would say that the forces love this shit.
Sure.
They love this pretend activism. They love watching a group of people just get too fat to even leave their house.
I mean, who are we going to fight?
Right.
We're not. Are we going to go scoop up the tear gas grenade like the guys in Hong Kong and like put it into a thermos? Like
How impressive is Hong Kong?
Oh, God.
I am so impressed, man.
I'm
watching it every fucking day, dude.
They're patriots.
I am so impressed.
It's great.
The idea that even exists in this country is fucking laughable.
I do love how guys like these like right wing people on Twitter and whatnot will be like, "Oh, why don't you leftists learn something from that?" When like they're not the ones like behind like whatever's going on.
By the way, you want them to,
right?
Do you really want them to?
Let's not fucking around here.
Fucking moron. My uncle said it, and he was quoting somebody else once. He said it. He said it right before Christmas prayer. It was a little weird, but he said the country is too dumb to be governed.
Yeah,
too dumb to be governed. If it's not Trump, it'll be another con man. And look, that's what we get.
And it's not biological. It's not like, we're willfully dumb. We don't like, you don't have to be a fucking Mensa student.
Do you think it's the food? Do you think part of it is the poison? Doesn't help.
But I think it's more the iPhone. And it's more like the TV and the
show. It was bad before the iPhone.
It was bad, but look, it's gotten worse and worse. It's gotten
worse.
I'm saying when I say iPhone, I don't mean literally the iPhone. I mean it's the amenities. It's the creature comforts that like the indulgences that we allow to distract us. Because like, no one, the idea of like you said before, it was like, you talk about like, how does this affect me?
Yeah.
Like, and that idea of allowing it to like disconnect where it is just this abstract, aloof notion.
Well, physical communities are dead.
Right.
I talked about that the other day. Physical communities, for the most part, don't exist. Many of them were built around a plant or a company that shut down. Some of them were built around a church that's really no longer relevant to that area. And the only communities that are left are kind of digital communities.
Yeah.
And, I hate to say it, but they're not sustaining in any meaningful way.
No, I mean, like there is no problem. Is they're so fickle. I mean,
right.
I don't really give a lot of credence to religion. I think that a lot of toxicity comes from it. But when they worked well, when they were productive things, it was a steady hand that it gave people a sense of tradition and a sense of like we like the idea that you grow up and you teach your kid that trade or whatever. Back when we had more like, if you were a mason or a farmer or whatever, like not mason,
blacksmith.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever it was. And like, and you lived, and then more like, you lived in the same town. And the idea of like, it's not all just pop culture and fickle, like, you know what I mean? Like, where there is no continuity on any of this.
There's nothing timeless.
Right.
How would you like it to end, Donald Trump Jr.? You would always said a very funny thing. You had said a very sloppy false flag in the Mall of America. It just made no sense.
Just blowing it up.
Just blowing up the Mall of America. Trump blaming it on China.
Right. It's just opposite. You see like the video, it's just fat guys like running up guns. The guy's Chinese. They're just blowing up the Orange Julius.
Just blowing up the Mall of America and blaming it on China. Yeah. That would be great.
I mean, look, you always
joke around, right?
Well, 9/11 was like blatant enough.
Right.
When you really look at it. I mean,
Right.
The first day, I don't think either one of us was like a truther.
Right.
But I mean, but then you have Epstein, which is just like,
I mean,
Come
wake,
on.
folks. Wake the fuck.
cameras don't work, the guards are asleep. It's like,
It's goofy.
yeah,
It's clumsy. It's goofy, and it's almost fun.
right.
It's on the edge of fun.
It literally it's like a Chaplin. It's like a Keystone Cops. It's like
Yeah.
fucking. So, yeah, I mean, it's just gonna get more and more. I think they want to get to the point where they don't want to work hard.
They almost don't have to give us any type of story anymore.
Yeah, I mean, look,
You
you look at
know?
the Soviet Union. When Chernobyl happened, what were they telling people when Chernobyl happened? It was just like a fire. I mean,
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
they didn't have to try hard. And,
Yeah.
like, Gorbachev didn't have to sell it. It was just like,
Yeah.
hey, you think we're full of shit? All right,
Yeah. That's where we're at.
yeah,
You don't like it? Fuck you.
yeah.
How long have we done?
We're at 1:15.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. It's a lot of fun. I should have given that guy my number, man.
Look, you gotta live.
I got to live dangerously.
Yeah,
What am I protecting myself for?
Exactly. So you got a little cut up, whatever. You got a little stab wound. Who
You know?
cares?
I want to thank
Worst
everybody
case.
here at the Tuscany, the St. Gilles Tuscany.
I mean, the amenities are really that's
They
what
don't
you're
really
paying
have.
for.
Well, they have breakfast in the morning.
That'd be nice.
That's probably a lot of money. But what am I going to do? It is what it is. I could walk to the
The deli, and you just get some bacon.
bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want lox. I want to go to Sable's, but that's all the way uptown. I love smoked fish. You're not that into it.
It's nice. Look, I mean, I like a nice piece of lox. I
Right.
mean, we had some lox this morning. It was nice.
They have nice lobster salad at Sable's.
Yeah, that's
It's keto.
Nice. Yeah.
Keto. Oh. I got to start going to the gym. I got to change it all.
Yeah, it's just doing the just sort of like walking the treadmill.
Maybe I can
Uh,
still get that lake house. Get the fuck out of this business.
I mean, it's not that expensive. I mean, it
I know.
depends. You can get a decent lake house in the Carolinas,
Are there
maybe.
any of those nice places left, or is it all just overrun by like the Klan?
I mean, the
You know
Klan's
what I
the
mean?
Klan's gonna be part of the game there.
I mean, like we think about these, all these out of touch people. Like, I just want to live in a small town, and they're like, guys, there's 2 of those small towns.
right?
The rest of them are bankrupt, vacant lots where meth zombies are running around and people delivering babies on the sidewalk. There's no quaint small towns.
Maybe in
Those
Vermont.
Yep, houses are $900,000.
Are they?
Yes. Stop with the Vermont.
I don't know.
timdilloncomedy.com for any live dates. I'm going to be in a lot of places. I can't really remember all of them. I'm opening for Bertkreischer on his tour, Body Shots World Tour. I have other weekends coming up. I'm excited about them. I don't know what they are offhand, but they're going to be on the website. Ray Kump.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Ray Kump, RayKump. You can listen to the Kump podcast. Also, I have a great podcast with Lucy Steiner called Our Love is Disgusting. Both available wherever you get podcasts.
Yeah.
So check them out.
Also, if you want to contribute to the show, if you want an extra episode each week, and you want longer versions of the desk videos we do, if you want to interact with us and suggest topics, the Tim Dillon Show Patreon, get in there. You could be a $5 member, or you could be a Rothschilds member, $20 a month. You get all kinds of goodies. There's more coming for the Rothschilds. We're going to do an extra episode a month. You get the longer versions of the desk videos. Obviously, everybody that is a patron gets all the archives. It's fun. So get in there, enjoy that, and good luck. And if somebody stops you in the street,
Just give me your number.
give them your fucking number. Who cares? I could be fucking right now and not talking about the demise of society, Or maybe that's what this guy wants to talk about.
I mean, that'd be that's the real
That's the real
the
thing.
horror.
I show up. I think he's gonna suck my dick. I take my pants off. He goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I'll talk to you about universal basic income.
He goes, "I want to talk about transhumanism. What's going on?" All right, goodbye, folks.